Hello, folks. shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. So, it's Monday night, but not just any Monday night. It's Raw, but not just any Raw either. It is the Monday night after Raw. And for any of you wrestling fans out there know, as much as exciting as WrestleMania is, the night after Raw is always something special because you got great crowds, good booking, good matches, and just a general feeling of excitement in the air. So we open up with Brock Lesnar. Is he gone? Oh, good. Yeah. So anyway, Raw opens up with Brock Lesnar in his fight outfit, ready to kick some ass, but because if you didn't know, Seth Rollins cashed in on him. He didn't pin Brock Lesnar because he pinned Roman Reigns when his cash in turned the match into a triple threat match. So, of course, Brock is pissed. He wants his rematch, and he wants it now, or he'll start murdering people. So Steph comes out to try to appease him and taunts him for some reason. And he stood. Then what was it? Brock says that he will get his rematch tonight, even though Steph wasn't there at the time because he did a spot on the Today Show. I didn't see it, so I wouldn't know. Anyway, first match on the card. Daniel Bryan, the new Intercontinental Champion, defends against Dolph Ziggler with Bad News Barrett providing commentary. This was a fucking solid-ass match. This was a great match. Of course, you put two guys in there with the talent level and skill level of Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, you're gonna have a great match. And this one was no exception. There was some stiff-ass moves here. It just seemed brutal for this one. But it was a good match, great match, in fact. And Daniel Bryan successfully defends. Bad News Bear decides he wants a little bit of revenge, so he slides into the ring, only to face the wrath of the returning Sheamus, who has a mohawk. He knocks Barrett out of the ring, but just when it looks like he's about to kick Barrett's ass, he turns on Daniel Bryan, giving him a bro kick, and then beats the shit out of Dolph Ziggler, earning him the ire of the after WrestleMania's notoriously vocal and violent crowd. Who say you look stupid to his new do. Yeah, you kind of do look stupid, Sheamus. Not that it's bad. I mean, it fits with your new heel persona. He simply grabs the mic and says, "I'm back," and walks out. Next match. Very important match. 8-man tag between the Masters of the Universe, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, the Ascension versus the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Big E, and a debuting tag team. If you don't watch NXT like me, then you would have no idea who these guys were. Well, at least one of them. It is the team of Sin Cara and Kalisto, the Lucha Dragons. The Lucha Dragons were the top tag team in NXT for a long time. They were the ones who dethroned the Ascension's dominance of the tag team division, and were a very, very impressive tag team. This has given Sin Cara new life, as well as showcasing what Kalisto can do. And it's very interesting to note that all the members of this particular match, save for Kofi Kingston, are all former NXT superstars. So yeah, needless to say, Kalisto stole the show. If you've never seen Kalisto in a match, you are in for a fucking treat. Kalisto is amazing. The guy may be small, but he moves around the ring and does moves that you didn't think were humanly possible, or that defy the known laws of physics. If the WWE needed to call up a replacement for Rey Mysterio, look no further than Kalisto. Needless to say, Kalisto and the New Day, the Lucha Dragons and the New Day pick up the win, even though the New Day were not very well liked by the WWE. Yeah. Most of the night was just recaps of the previous WrestleMania events of last night. And so we move on to one of the second of our 3 title matches, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. What follows is one of the most extreme and brutal things you will ever see in Raw these days. Brock is ready to beat Seth's ass when Seth gets out the ring and says he's suffering from jet lag as well as an injured foot from curb stomping him and Roman Reigns last night, and decides to hold off their title match. Brock Lesnar ain't having that and goes apeshit, chasing after Seth, destroying J&J security. But Seth does the right thing and runs away. But sadly, all that did was ire the beast as he turned his attention to everyone. He knocked over the announce table, taking out Booker, JBL, and Michael Cole. He starts destroying anyone who gets in his way. He grabs Michael Cole, and to this bloodthirsty crowd, F5s Michael Cole. Then he grabs a TV cameraman, roughs him up, and prepares to F5 him when Stephanie McMahon comes out, begging Brock to stop and to listen to Paul Heyman, who is begging him to stop. But when Brock Lesnar is angry, nothing can stop him. Nothing. 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 And he F5s him. Then Stephanie decides that Brock needs to be suspended indefinitely. This does not improve his move as he attacks another person, F5ing him before finally leaving. The next couple of segments have no commentators because all 3 of them have been taken out. The ringside area is carnage incarnate. This is what happens when you unleash hell upon... oh my god, it was just fucking brutal. Yeah. Let's see, next match. Next match was Stardust versus Damien Mizdow. The fans are still over for this guy as he comes out and gets a convincing win over Stardust. Miz comes out and attacks him because he's a jealous little prick who has erectile dysfunction. The next segment, we actually have some commentary from Byron Saxton, who is unable to sit down because the tables are destroyed. Curtis Axel comes out and proclaims himself that he will take on anyone, anytime, anywhere. The next person he has to deal with is Neville, a.k.a. Adrian Neville, the longest reigning NXT World Champion in history, making his official main roster debut. And what a debut it was for my friend Jen and a few of my compatriots watching this on the CBR. This is their first taste of what the man that gravity forgot can do. And he is a fantastic athlete. If you haven't seen the match he had with Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver, pause this video, go pull that shit up on the WWE Network. If you haven't got it already, go get it now, because to watch NXT is the only reason you need to watch it, and watch that shit. Adrian Neville is the future. Next up, our third and final title match. John Cena comes out and makes an open challenge to anyone in the back, even though John is getting universally booed because San Jose doesn't like him. Yeah. So anyway, out comes the Titty Master, Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose took probably one of the most hellacious spots of WrestleMania when Luke Harper powerbombed him out of the ring and through a ladder. Now, normally this would take someone else out, but for some reason Dean Ambrose must have Wolverine blood in him because he heals like a bastard. He just seems like he just popped right back up. And this was a fantastic fucking match. Dean Ambrose looked amazing out there. And John Cena, well, people keep saying John Cena only knows 5 moves, the 5 moves of doom. It's kind of an internet joke. But Cena can actually go when he's in there with the right person. Excuse me. Sorry, I had something in my teeth. Anyway, this was a fantastic back and forth match. But of course, you knew Cena was going to win. He had to look strong after his world title match. So, backstage earlier, Stephanie McMahon says that she's going to find Brock Lesnar and have him pretty much, and she says that she's going to decide whether or not she would decide whether or not he deserves a rematch. When and where is up to her, because in her words, Brock Lesnar is her bitch. Brave woman, Steph. Brave woman. Next up, we have a Divas tag team, 6-person tag team match between Naomi, AJ Lee, and Paige versus the Bella Twins and Natalya. This was a somewhat okay match. I wasn't really very interested in it. It just didn't grab me, you know. It also didn't help that Naomi won the match for the team, and I mentioned this on the forum, but I hate her finisher, the rear view. You just hit someone in the face with your butt. I know she's married to one of Rikishi's sons, so it kind of makes sense, but compared to Charlotte's natural selection or Sasha Banks' banknote and bank statement, her rear view just looks stupid. Really, really stupid. At least when compared to the Paige tap out or the Black Widow. You bump someone with your butt, that's what you do? I hate that fucking move. So anyway, we build up to our main event, which was Seth Rollins, Big Show, and Kane versus Randy Orton and 2 partners of his choosing. Earlier, Ryback offered his services, and the surprise third entrant, which is no surprise at all, Roman Reigns. Now, the match itself was passable. Not really a main event thing, but passable. But what really got me was the crowd. That crowd was hot. Hostile. They were chanting for Sami Zayn. At first, I thought they were saying ole, 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 because they typically do that to troll people. But then they said, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn. And then they start chanting for Kevin Owens. We want Owens. We want Owens. And then even calling back to and they were even calling back to Enzo Amore with "How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?" And even at one point, they were chanting at Big Show to "Please retire, please retire." The fans were not happy with this match, and Seth Rollins was not happy with the fans who didn't like this match. So, needless to say, Roman Reigns, because he has to look strong, picked up the win, but not on the world champion. So, yeah, that last match really brought down the tension level of the night. But anyway, this was a great Raw. Great matches to a point. Great interactions. Brock Lesnar destroying the commentators was great. It just had a lot of tension, a lot of good matches, and that crowd was amazing as always, because the night after WrestleMania, the crowd is always on point. If they like something, they will cheer it until their voices go hoarse. If they hate something, they will boo your ass out of the building. Doesn't matter where you are. Night after WrestleMania, expect no mercy. You either be a fan favorite or they will boo the shit out of you. So, that's my review. Tune in tomorrow. Well, not exactly tomorrow, but I will have an update video, because today I was supposed to appear on CMG Reviews WrestleMania 22 with Mattis Leonhardt and TWK of TWK Reviews, but unfortunately but he said there were some family issues. I didn't ask, so tomorrow I will appear on CMG's WrestleMania review for WrestleMania 22 with Mattis Leonhardt of the Absolution Network, and of course RVT Entertainment's own TWK, co-host of the WrestleCast and host of TWK Reviews. Look him up, he's a good guy. So, until next time, it's shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night, and Lesnar.